Yes, good day. Hi, my name is Tony, and you're here today because you want to learn how to weigh your soft skills during a candidate's soft skills in an interview. And what I would like to know is who you are. So if you could please tell me who you are, where you live, and who and why you're here today. This what I'm going. This is what you're going to learn today. I'm super excited to show you, but I need some energy in the room. If you're excited to change your life in the next 30 days, take action. Right, I'm ready in the comment section. In the next 30 minutes, you're going to learn how to overcome the challenges of how to overcome the challenges on how to weigh soft skills during interview. So make sure you stay. You don't want to. You don't think it. Don't even think about leaving. Stay for the next 30 minutes because you don't want to miss my next tips. And most importantly, the reason why I come up with these webinars is very critical. True story. Tell you a true story about one of my clients. Oftentimes, my client, one of my Fortune 500 company CEO clients came to me and they said, "Hey, Tony, I'm really having some tough times." It's a true story now. I'm really having some tough times when it comes to just finding that right person, that right candidate. I mean, they look super good on paper. Their resumes are stellar. They have everything that they need. But when it comes to really producing here at our company, which in his case, they had a work hard, play hard type of mentality, but their work hard was really super fast paced. It was, they really, really seriously worked hard, and not everybody was able to fit into the model, their business model, as far as getting the work production that they needed in order to be successful, to stay on time with the projects that were going on at their company. And the CEO came to me and said, "Tony, I'm having some sleepless nights about this. I'm spending countless dollars every month, at least, it's costing me hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not, when it comes to a bad hire." So this is how to really ultimately prevent a bad hire. Okay. So I'm so glad that you could be here with us today. And I know that many, if not all of you, almost all of you out there have had really hard times when it comes to just recruiting and knowing how to pick that right candidate that's going to be the perfect fit for your team and what you're trying to accomplish. It's been a challenge for years and years, and it's going to be more challenging. So what we're going to talk about all that. And I have done a lot of studying over the years, the past years. So we have come to a conclusion that there's a better way, and there are some things we can't overcome necessarily, and I will talk to you about that. And there are a lot of things that we can change to make a difference. But before we get started, I always like to ask a trivial question, just to break the ice. I think that's critical. And my trivial question is, what building in New York has the most stories? So since we're on a webinar, I'm going to give you time to answer this question. Of course, what building in New York has the most stories in it? Ready? Come on. I know somebody's got an answer for me. Oh, there you go. James. Okay, James, we got the answer. The answer is a public library. A public library is the building in New York that has the most stories in it, right? Go figure. All right, let's get straight to business. In the next 30 minutes, this is for anyone who owns a business or who is in charge of hiring and retaining of employees and staff. This is for anyone who owns a business dedicated to healthcare, pharmaceutical, biotechnology, life care management. If your calling is about helping patients and their families, this is for you truly. In the next 30 minutes, I'm going to show you some tips and trades, tools, different methods that you can use. And these are some of the topics we're going to be covering. We're going to go more in depth in that, in these particular topics. Use the power of three. Ask candidates to self-assess. Try and personality test. Aligning candidates with company culture. This is so critical. This is you can really figure out all this almost prior to the interview, and then once you interview the candidate then at that point, that's where it will solidify everything. But you got to make sure the interview process is so critical, so then that way you can hire right, hire smart. That's what it's about. My promise to you is a step-by-step strategy on shifting your recruiting to be more competitive. Does this sound like you? Business owners, CEOs, presidents, executive officers, HR professionals wearing a lot of hats. You know, you have to spend so much time recruiting, retaining, but there are so many things that you need to do. Managing the ads, the conversations, reaching out, trying to get qualified people in your door for interviews, orientations, and paperwork. If you calculate man hours and ad costs specifically for recruiting and retaining, you know that you're spending more than $92,500 per month. Ouch. That's how much you're hemorrhaging. Do you ever wonder if your company recruiting strategy done correctly will bring the company both more production and more profitability? Are you tracking? Good. The real problem is you're doing things the old way, the old and outdated way. It's time to get up to speed. It's time to move there's so many things are constantly changing in this world. In order to stay, got to keep up with the times, got to keep up with the people, the society, what's going on around us is so critical and important to our future, to our company's future, to our employees' future. It's all very paramount. All right. When you have made the shift, you are less stressed, worried about losing candidates to competition. When you have hired the right person to do the right job, your revenue goes up. Your recruiting mindset will change. You will see a big increase in performance and decrease in turnover. Your time and man hours spent on parts of recruiting process will decrease. The frustration of recruiting and dealing with the unknown human element will decrease as well. Let me take a sip of my green tea, pomegranate. The pomegranate says helps with the aging process. And seaweed. So I eat a lot of seaweed and pomegranates, trying to stay looking young and fresh. All right, the simple shift you need to make to get your recruiting under control. Your time spent productively. Can't talk. And the ability to have more work-life balance in your life. I'm going to walk you through exactly how to make those shifts today. So listen up. Are you tracking? Good, good, good. Well, let me tell you a little bit about who I am. Tony Barge, graduated, MBA graduate with emphasis in healthcare management. And I'm CEO, proud, passionate owner of RNA Search Inc. We love what we do here. We're truly in the business of changing lives, saving lives, and making a difference in many people's lives. That's why I do these webinars. I don't do this for my own good. I also do it for the good of my clients, the good of my prospective clients. So that's what it's about here. That's what we really, truly love. I'm an author of 2 books, talent acquisition and talent management books, okay? I look at myself like a talent acquisition nerd. And then I'm a veteran advocate. You can see me over there, my Marine Corps uniforms, front, center, proud, United States Marine Corps, hoorah. So shouts out to all my veterans and veteran families and just patriots of the United States of America. I love our beautiful country. For better or for worse, it is what it is, and I love it. And I'm glad that I have the freedom, and I'm thankful, and I'm grateful to live in such an awesome nation. And I'm a father of 2 sons. There you go. AJ and Junior. But anyways, accidentally shifted. All right. Well, that's enough. Well, who is RNA Search Inc? That was enough about me. The other slide. I usually love to give a lovely editorial about myself, but that's okay. We kind of condensed it. Well, let me tell you a little bit about what I love, just as much as myself, and that's the company RNA Search Inc. here. Like I told you once before, we're truly in the business of changing lives, saving lives, and making a difference in many people's lives. And that, quite frankly, that's what life's all about. RNA Search is an international executive search firm based in Beverly Hills, California. The firm brings over 35 years of experience, referral relationships, and technology to uncover the best to fit a company's needs. RNA Search Inc. reflects high standards of professionalism throughout the recruiting process. The hard work has resulted in hundreds of successful permanent and temporary consultant placements worldwide. We are that difference maker out there. Yes, we are truly. Fortune 500 company in the making. Best believe that. Discovering the shift. Okay, getting back to the purpose of this webinar, discovering the shift. The key shift you must make in your recruiting thought process, in your activities to see better results. I'm going to walk you through them in this session. Use the power of threes. Sometimes it takes more than just one person to completely assess a candidate. This is during the interview process. That's why Monster recommends that you take a team approach to the hiring process. Essentially, there should be three main stakeholders in the interview: an advocate for the company, a technical expert, and a peer. The technical expert, who is often a manager, can assess the candidate for hard skills, while the peers, someone in the same or similar position, can assess for soft skills. Understand this is very critical. Are you tracking? This is critical. You pay attention to using this technique. Meanwhile, the company's advocate is there to answer questions posed by the candidate and talk about the benefits of working for the organization. This three-prong approach ensures that the hiring team covers all bases, increasing the chance that the final hire will be a well-rounded professional who can bring real value to the team and to the company. Ask the candidate to self-assess. And asking a candidate to self-assess can be a challenge because they tend to try to impress the interviewer. No one wants to kill their own chance of securing a job by downplaying their soft skills. To circumvent this issue, LinkedIn talent blog contributor John Sullivan recommends asking candidates to rank their soft skills. Ranking forces candidates to reveal what soft skills they believe is their strongest. Then the interviewer can assess the skills and determine which candidate will make the best hire. Try personality tests. You know, this often works. I know here, me personally, because we're a full service staffing and recruiting company, we always advise against this. Because we actually run our own personality test for the candidates that we present to our clients. So it's not, why nobody wants to be double tested for the same thing. So that's why I always advise against this if you're working with a search, recruitment agency or recruitment firm such as us or, competition out there. But if you've got a real tight internal recruiting team in place, then I would definitely encourage you to try the personality test. The personality tests are not an exact science, but they can be a helpful tool for interviews. Personality test allows hiring managers to get a closer look at how candidates might react in certain job-specific situations. HR should always be in charge of administering these kinds of tests to ensure full compliance with all hiring laws. Okay, that's critical. You want to be in compliance. Align candidates with company culture. Your employees shape your company culture. And I'm going to say that again. Your employees shape your company culture. And I'm going to say that for a third time, okay? Your employees shape your company culture. I stress that for 3 times because it is so important. But the opposite is also true. There is a give and a take between individual influence and collective appeal. A managed culture promotes good habits, teamwork, accountability. Hiring managers should consider giving candidates an office tour to see how they interact with the culture. Today, I promise to share the shift for a better recruiting strategy. You are less stressed and worried about losing employees to competition. Like I told you before, a bad hire can cost the company anywhere from $75,000 easily. A bad hire, and that's money gone that could easily been used to, for promotions, for more training, more reinvesting into the company. So there's so many different things that this could really affect you. When you have the right employees doing the right job, your revenue goes up instantly. Your recruiting mindset will change ultimately. You will see a big increase in performance and decrease in turnover. Your time and man hours spent on part of recruiting process will decrease. The frustration of recruiting and dealing with the unknown human element will decrease as well. What you need to win for recruiting. Everybody wants to win, but nobody wants to lose. But that's people, a lot of folks, I tell my clients all this all the time, all the time. You know, failure, of course, they already know because they're very successful executives themselves, and you know, they've definitely paved their road to success. So they understand that failure is a part of success, you know, but making sure that you learn from your mistakes is so critical, and be willing to make the changes, the necessary changes to ascertain the results that you ultimately need in order to propel your business forward, your team forward, your life forward. Attitude and willingness to get super productive with recruiting. A solid recruiting strategy. The ability to let go upfront work and outsource. The ability to invest in your recruiting to get best results. Now you have a choice. You know, I always like to come to this roadblock. Now you have a choice. It reminds me of that movie, The Matrix. You remember, like, James Remar and Morpheus. You know, he comes. You know, they have the red pill and the blue pill. After this, you know, Morpheus gives them the options. You know, he's sitting up there and he's like, okay, you have the red pill and the blue pill. After this, there's no turning back. You can take the blue pill and the story ends. Or you can wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. Or you can take the red pill and you can stay in Wonderland and show. And Morpheus said, I can show you how deep this rabbit hole can go. Remember, he said, remember, all I do is offering is truth. So that's all I'm doing right now. I hope what I've told you and it went over in this webinar that we've covered, you can at least pull one or two things to implement to your recruiting strategy. So then that way you're evaluating. You know, you don't want to go through the sleepless nights that some of my clients, or one of my particular client, Fortune 500 company client that I, you know, of course can't tell you who he is because he wanted to remain confidential, but he went through sleepless nights. But this strategy that I'm talking to you about today ultimately changed his life, changed his company. It changed the dynamics within this company because he was able to hire the right people to do the right job and get the right fit that understood. He had a different dynamic, a different organizational culture, unlike other organizational cultures out there. But that's what gives him the competitive and sustainable competitive advantage that he has. And that's why he's a Fortune 500 company, as well as a Fortune 500 CEO. One day I'll be there too. But anyways, you have a choice. You can choose, and I hope you choose wisely, and that's important. This is how we can help, just in case you might need a outside perspective. Sometimes that really helps. That really truly helps. My team and I have set aside some time in the next week to speak with you personally about how you can apply recruiting strategies to your business. Starting today, the cost is free. Don't waste time. Let us help you. We can help. We're here to help. We're here to serve. We're not here to protect and serve. So that's so important. Good. I'm going to stick around because I'm pretty sure you have a slew of different questions you would love to ask me, and I'm happy to answer those. I'm excited to answer those questions for you because it just really pumps me up to talk about recruiting and retention and all that stuff. So I'm definitely excited to stick around this webinar, answer any questions that you may have. So ask away. I'm turning the floor over to you.